So today's anatomy lecture is on the suprarenal gland. Isn't it? Suprarenal gland. So these are paired. They are two in number, left and right. Isn't it? So the name itself it is indicated. Isn't it? Supra means above. Renal means kidney. Above the kidney. So it is also called as adrenal gland. Isn't it? About the introduction, these are a pair of endocrine glands, okay, situated on the posterior abdominal wall over the upper pole of the kidney, isn't it? So this picture, it is the posterior abdominal wall. Here stomach and the liver, duodenum, all the contents removed, isn't it?
Yes.
So this is a posterior abdominal wall, abdominal aorta, okay, and the inferior vena cava, and here this is the diaphragm muscle, okay, diaphragm, and here right and left kidney, okay. So above this, here these are the suprarenal gland, right suprarenal gland and the left suprarenal gland. Above the upper pole of the left and right kidney, okay, posterior abdominal wall, isn't it? And upper pole of the both the kidney, that is the right and left kidney. So this is about the situation. Next is, it is made up of two parts, that is the outer cortex and inner medulla. Okay, cut section through the suprarenal gland. You can see the outer cortex and inner medulla. Okay, I think it is covered in the histology. Yes. So the outer cortex, it is mesodermal in origin, which secretes steroid hormones. Okay, and inner medulla, it is the neural crest origin, and which secretes adrenaline and noradrenaline. So this is a developmental aspect. Okay, cortex is derived from mesoderm,
Yes.
and medulla, it is derived from neural crest cells. Okay. Next is about the location, where exactly it is situated. So epigastrium. So the abdomen, it is divided into 9 quadrants, isn't it? So the center part, it is the epigastrium, okay, and the upper pole of the both the kidney, right and left, and the vertebral end of the 11th intercostal space. Okay, so between the 12th rib and the 11th rib, intercostal space. Okay, 11th intercostal space to the vertebral end. Vertebral end means towards the vertebral column. Okay, towards the vertebral column in the 11th intercostal space. Okay, and the 12th rib. Okay, so this is about the location of the suprarenal gland. Next is the measurements of the suprarenal gland. The height is about 50 millimeter. Height of the suprarenal gland is 50 millimeter, and the breadth it is the 30 millimeter, and the thickness is about the 10 millimeter. It weighs about 5 grams. Okay, so the weight of the suprarenal gland, it is 5 grams. These are about the measurements of the suprarenal gland. The right and left suprarenal gland. Next is about the shape of the suprarenal gland. So right suprarenal gland, it is pyramidal in shape.
Sorry.
How it is? It is the pyramidal in shape. Whereas the left suprarenal gland, it is the semilunar in shape. Okay. shape of the suprarenal. Right one pyramidal, left one semilunar. Okay.
Is it the opposite, right and left?
Huh?
Is it the opposite, right and left, or just right and left?
Right and left.
Yeah, in the shape.
Right suprarenal gland.
Yeah, but in the right, this is the right, and that is the left. Or
Yes.
Is it the opposite?
This is the left.
Okay. So in
This is the left.
On
This
the
is
right
the right. Isn't it? So the right suprarenal gland, it is the pyramidal in shape about the right kidney, isn't it? Which is situated above the right kidney. So above the left kidney, there is a suprarenal gland, that is the left suprarenal gland, which is semilunar in shape. Okay. This is about the shape of the suprarenal gland. Next is the capsule of the suprarenal gland. Okay, there is a true capsule and the false capsule. So, true capsule, the inner, isn't it? So, it is having the inner and the outer capsule. So, the inner true capsule, it is derived from the condensation of the fibrous stroma of the gland. So, here it is the true capsule of the suprarenal gland. Above, yes, inner one, isn't it? So the outer one, this capsule, it is a false capsule, which is derived from the renal fascia, isn't it? So this is a false capsule and the true capsule. So the inner one is true capsule and outer one is the false capsule. So the inner one, it is derived from the condensation of the fibrous stroma of the gland. Okay. And outer one, it is derived from the renal fascia. So this is a kidney. Okay, fascia of the kidney. So this is a false capsule. This is about the true and false capsule of the suprarenal gland. Next is right suprarenal gland. What are the presenting parts of the right suprarenal gland? As it is, this is a pyramidal in shape, isn't it? So definitely it bears a apex and the base. Pyramidal means triangular, isn't it? Yes. So here it is the apex and the base, isn't it? And base. Triangle. Triangle means it is having the base and the apex, isn't it? And next is the anterior surface, okay, and the posterior surface, medial border and the lateral border. Medial border, lateral border, anterior surface and the posterior to posterior surface. So these are the presenting parts of the right suprarenal gland. Apex and the base. Okay.
Which part is posterior?
Yes.
Which part is posterior?
Which part?
Is posterior.
Posterior. So it's supposed to be a triangular in shape in the right side, isn't it?
In the picture.
Yes, this is the apex and the base, isn't it? And the medial border, lateral, it bears two borders, isn't it? Medial border and the lateral border. Okay, so anterior, there is a surface. Okay, anterior surface and the posterior surface. Medial border, lateral border, isn't it? See here, whatever you are seeing, this is the anterior surface of the right suprarenal gland. Anterior surface. Posterior to this, posterior surface. Medial border and the lateral border. Apex and the base of the right suprarenal gland. Okay. And next is about the relations of the right suprarenal gland, which is pyramidal in shape, and the anterior surface. So the anterior surface, what are the relations opposite to this surface? What are the organs or what are the structures present, isn't it? So it is divided into medial area and the lateral area. So both this thing, this is the anterior surface, medial area and the lateral area. So the medial area, it is related to the inferior vena cava. Isn't it? Medial area related to the inferior vena cava. That is the above the anterior surface there is a inferior vena cava, medial area. Okay, and the lateral area again it is divided into upper and the lower. Okay, this is about the medial area. Lateral area again it is divided into upper part and the lower part. Isn't it? Upper part it is related with the bare area of the liver. So this line, so it is the bare area of the liver.
Bare. Bare.
Bare, yes. Bare area of the liver. So in the liver, it is not covered by the peritoneum. Isn't it? Liver, in the liver, the area which is not covered with the peritoneum, that is the bare area. So the lateral part of right suprarenal gland, in the lateral part, the upper area, it is related to the bare area of the liver, and the lower part is related with the superior duodenal flexion. Okay, superior duodenal flexion. Next is the posterior surface of the right suprarenal gland. Okay, and it is divided into the upper and the lower part. Upper area it is related with the diaphragm. So this is the anterior surface. Posterior to this, behind this there is a posterior surface. So here it is related with the diaphragm muscle. Posterior area, isn't it? Upper area, and lower area it is related to the kidney, right kidney. Okay. This is about the anterior and the posterior relations of right suprarenal gland. And next is about the medial border and the lateral border. So here it is having the medial border and the lateral border. So medial border it is related to the right inferior phrenic artery. So here it is the abdominal aorta, isn't it? So branch from this, the ventral branch, that is the inferior phrenic branches here, right and left. Okay, so the medial border it is related with the inferior phrenic artery. Okay, branches from this artery supplies the suprarenal gland. Okay, so in the blood supply we are going to see. Okay, and next is, what is this? This is a celiac ganglia, right and left celiac ganglia. Okay, so the medial border it is related with the right inferior phrenic artery and the celiac ganglia, whereas the lateral border it is related with the liver. Okay, lateral border it is related with the liver. Yes.
Middle border and middle area. Last slide. Middle area. What's the difference?
Medial. So this is the anterior surface, whole of this thing, isn't it? So the medial means towards the median plane, isn't it? Medial area and the lateral area in the anterior surface, isn't it? So in the anterior surface of the right suprarenal gland, it is having the medial area and the lateral area in the anterior surface. So the medial area it is related with the inferior vena cava, whereas lateral area again it is divided into upper and the lower part relation, isn't it? Upper one it is related with the bare area and the lower one superior duodenal flexion, isn't it? Is it clear now?
Lateral border, the lateral border. You said it's connected to the lateral liver.
Liver.
The lateral side.
Yes, lateral border.
Where is it?
Here is the lateral border. Isn't it? Lateral border, it is related to the liver. Liver it's supposed to be like this, isn't it? So the lateral border of the right suprarenal, it is related with the liver. Okay. So this is supposed to be a lateral border. Liver supposed to be like this, isn't it? So the lateral border of the right suprarenal, it is related with the liver. Okay. So the medial border is nothing but it is line, isn't it? Between the anterior surface and the posterior surface, there is a ridge, isn't it? Which forms a ridge. So that is the medial border. It is related with the right celiac ganglia and the right inferior phrenic artery. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Next is about the left suprarenal gland. So it is a semilunar in shape. What are the presenting parts of the left suprarenal gland? So these are the upper end and the lower end. So this is semilunar in shape. It is having upper end and the lower end, anterior surface and the posterior surface, and medial border and the lateral border. Okay. So these are the presenting parts of left suprarenal gland. Is it clear now? Medial border, lateral border, upper end, lower end, anterior surface, posterior to this is a posterior surface. Okay. Next is about the relations of the left suprarenal gland. So it is having the anterior surface and the posterior surface. So the anterior surface, the upper area. So here it is the left kidney, isn't it? So upper pole of the left kidney, this is a left suprarenal gland. Okay. So which is semilunar in shape. Okay. And the upper area, it is related with the cardiac end of the stomach. It's supposed to be presence of the stomach here, anterior surface, upper part. Whereas the lower part of this left suprarenal gland, what is this? This is a pancreas and the duodenum, isn't it? So it is lower part, it is related with the body of the pancreas and the splenic artery. So this is a spleen and the splenic artery. Okay. And about the posterior surface, behind this surface, posterior surface, so it is having the medial area and the lateral area. Okay. It's supposed to be like this, behind this posterior surface. Medial area, it is related with the left crush of the diaphragm. See here, this is the aorta, and these muscle fibers, these are, this is the diaphragm muscle. Okay. So here, this is a right crush of the diaphragm and the left crush of the diaphragm. Okay. Origin point of the diaphragm muscle. Okay. So the medial part of this gland, it is related with the left crush of the diaphragm. Okay. And the lateral part of this left suprarenal gland, it is related with the kidney. Okay.
If you ask me in the exam and I write just diaphragm,
Posterior relation.
yes, for middle area, diaphragm.
Relations of the posterior surface of the left suprarenal gland, isn't it? So the left crush of diaphragm and the left kidney, isn't it?
So must be right, left, plus.
Yes. Left crush of the diaphragm. Diaphragm means whole muscle, isn't it? So the part of that is the left crush of the diaphragm. That is the origin point of the diaphragm muscle from the transverse process of the vertebra. Okay. So where the diaphragm muscle originates. So it is having the crush left and right. So right side of the vertebral column. Okay. So there is a right crush of the diaphragm. Left side, the left crush of the diaphragm. See here. Okay. So it's supposed to be like the umbrella. diaphragm, isn't it? Partition between the thorax and the abdomen. It is umbrella shape, isn't it? So it is having the origin points on either side of the vertebral column. Okay. In the left side, left crush of the diaphragm. In the right side, right crush of the diaphragm. Okay. And this is about the relations of the anterior and the posterior relations of the left suprarenal gland.
The lower area, can you show the lower area?
Yes,
The lower area, can you show us?
lower area, anterior surface. So whole of this thing, it's supposed to be here. Okay, this is left suprarenal gland. It is divided into upper area and the lower area. So upper area, it is related with the cardiac end of the stomach. Stomach supposed to be present. Stomach has removed here to show the gland, isn't it? And here it is the body of the pancreas. Okay, so the lower part of the left suprarenal gland, anterior surface, it is related with the body of the pancreas and the bleeding arteries, which supplies the spleen, isn't it? So what is this? This is a celiac trunk. Celiac trunk, ventral branch of the abdominal aorta. Okay, celiac trunk. From here, the splenic artery arises or originates. Okay, so which is showing the torsicity, zigzag pattern, splenic artery. Isn't it? Yes.
Sitting up, we only survive. Sitting on also has a survive left.
So it gives branches to the stomach also. Okay. Surrounding.
Let's give the rush to the left
Renal.
to the survive for the left.